Good morning and welcome to day 59 on the Appalachian Trail. We are kicking the day off with, you guessed it, a climb. It's beautiful this morning. The birds are chirping. It's 8 o'clock and I am very glad to be out here on the trail. Oh, it's just so pretty. I spent a little longer chit-chatting at the hostel this morning than I wanted to, but we all had our coffee and, a good yap in the morning over coffee is never a bad thing. But we're out here now and gonna enjoy this beautiful morning. It's supposed to get up to, I think, the low 90s again this afternoon. So my hope is that I think I have like 7 miles of climbing to get up to Chestnut Knob shelter. So I'm hoping I can get most of that done this morning and then kind of wait out the hottest part of the day there and then carry on. I'm not sure how far because that section between Chestnut Knob and Jenkins shelter, which is about 12 miles, has either little or no water. So I need to be wise when I'm planning that and either plan a 22-mile day to Jenkins or go about 5 miles past Chestnut Knob, dry camp, and then have, 7 or however many miles that would leave me to get to water in the morning. But again, cross that bridge when I get there. For now, we're just going to enjoy a lovely morning of climbing. Y'all know what this means this morning. We are silk blazing. Hopefully someone will be coming sobo. Or, maybe a trail runner will run past me. But huge shout out to Chili Crisp for fixing my trekking poles. Coming up on Knot Mall Branch Shelter. Looks like a pretty nice shelter. Blue blaze down there in the water. I think I'm gonna stop in about a mile and have a snack. I was gonna stop there, but I'm not really hungry yet. I am 3 miles in for the day, so I'm stopping here by the creek to have second breakfast, protein bar. I only had 2 pieces of toast and some jam before I left this morning, so I needed something a bit more substantial to get me up these climbs. I did want to, just a second, talk about the hostel I stayed at last night, Bear Garden. It was really great. It was $25 for the night, and that includes your bunk and breakfast, as well as a shower and loaner clothes. But if you want to do laundry, it's $5 extra. So very reasonably priced, and it was super peaceful, right off trail. 0.1 from the trail. So I appreciate the hostels that you can walk to and you don't have to arrange a shuttle and all of that. The owners were really sweet as well. And they also do something called the Marathon Cakewalk, which is a slack pack. They'll take you, I think it's 26.6 miles up trail, drop you off, and then you can hike back. Again, that's not really for me, but for those who do want to do it, great. And Birdie will make you a cake at the end of it, which is also really sweet. But for now, I am going to enjoy my protein bar down here by the creek and then keep on climbing. I'm definitely getting my fill of dive, dip, duck, dodge. I don't know if that's the order, but with all the blowdowns this morning, A lot of them are just the right height to where I can squeeze under them without having to take my pack off, which is nice. Speaking of my pack, this morning I weighed it just to see, fully loaded, 2 days of food and 1.5 liters of water, just because water carries are getting longer and I'm drinking a lot more. I'm carrying a little bit more than I was before, and I'm coming in right at 24.5 pounds, which is not terrible. I'm pretty happy with that. Wow, that tree is split down the middle. Looks like it's hollow too. Coming up here on Lick Creek. The bridge has been washed out here, so I'm going to have to ford the creek. It should be pretty low today. When you get here, you've got to follow the flagging tape, which is nice they have that. And here we are. Doesn't look too deep today. Maybe just above my shins. Got my backpack unclipped. This is gonna actually feel really nice. Oh, that is cold. That wasn't too bad, but I am gonna dry my feet out a bit and stop for a snack break before I head up this next climb. I am just now starting the climb up Chestnut Knob. It's about 5.5 miles with 2,500 feet of elevation gain. The first 3 miles, pretty steep. The last 2 are a bit more gradual, and then the 0.5 is just kind of walking up on the ridge. So, I don't know, nothing I haven't done before, but definitely up. Interesting. Trail trash. Okay. I don't know if that's a legit bend, but this is a legit road crossing. Somebody went a little crazy on this side. There's a little fairy garden here, right off the trail. I'm only about 2 miles from my next water source, but it's hot today and I am drinking a lot of water. So I wanted to go ahead and just top up 1 liter and stop for a quick snack break before I head on up the next 2 miles to my next water source. When I was looking at Far Out for today, I kept reading all these comments that were like, "Northbounders, make sure you turn around and look behind you." Maybe they meant further up because all I see are trees. Here's the pond over here to my right. The spring is supposed to be at the north end, so I'm guessing I need to go around it. Here's our spring. Got a spring box up here. I'm just sitting here by the spring, listening to the frogs over there, and trying to figure out what I'm going to do today. I'm about 2 miles from Chestnut Knob shelter, and it's currently 3 o'clock, so I'll get up there around 4, maybe a little bit before then, depending on how long I sit here. The problem is that next stretch of trail that's about 11 miles after Chestnut Knob is dry, and I think I've kind of decided I don't want to dry camp. That leaves me as with my only other option of going either 3 miles past the shelter or 6 miles past the shelter and going to Burke's Garden Hostel. I don't want to stay at Hostel tonight. It's going to be really nice tonight, and I don't want to spend the money, to be honest. Y'all are just getting some insight into what it looks like when there's a dry stretch of trail and there's not somewhere good mileage to stay at. If I stop at Chestnut Knob, it's going to put me at 12 miles for the day, which is pretty short, but I guess is not horrible. I just don't think I want to dry camp tonight, but I have 2 more miles to think about that, and I'll make a final decision once I get up there. The main thing is I just need to know how much water to fill up on right now, but I guess if I decide to keep going, I can walk the extra little bit up at Chestnut Knob and fill up. Whew, these flies are crazy. So yeah, that's where my head's at right now. I understand the Novo's turn around comment now. Wow. Yo, I just found my first tick on me. We're walking through these tall grasses, so probably just crawled on over, but I know they're out here. I just haven't seen one on me until now. I'm gonna be extra vigilant, checking myself tonight. Also, since when have I started caring about mileage? And like, I just sat there by the pond for 30 minutes mulling over all my options. And yeah, like, obviously I want to have enough food to get where I'm going, and I do. But I don't want this hike to become about, I gotta hit this many miles per day. Chestnut Knob's supposed to have an amazing sunrise, so true to my namesake, I'm just gonna stay there tonight, make myself a cup of coffee in the morning, and watch a beautiful sunrise. Why am I stressing about trying to get in miles for this dry section? I don't know. Probably because I've been off trail for a little while, and I don't want to feel behind, but inherently I do, because all the people I was hiking with, I see them posting, and, we've been chatting, they're finishing the Triple Crown, or a little bit between there and Harper's Ferry, and very excited for them. But I think somewhere in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, I could have been there too, but I don't regret a single thing. Like, I knew that the trip and my time off was part of my journey. And like I said before I started this thing, I will flip if I have to. But I'm mad at myself that I let myself, for a second, let this become about finishing and getting in the miles. Because that is not what I want this to be. I'm enjoying my time out here, and that's not cool. Not what I want it to become. So, hooray that I caught myself. Boo that I let myself get in that headspace to begin with. These are beautiful. Hey, bear. There's a bear. There's a cub. Hey, bear. There it goes. Hey, bear. Well, it only took me 570 miles, but finally saw a bear on the Appalachian Trail. I do know people who have done the whole trail and never seen one, but it was funny because I was just saying to myself, today I've seen a tick and 2 snakes. The only thing I'm missing is a bear. And then not 5 minutes later, there she is. We made it. This is nice. That is a view. Let's check out the inside. Set these out here. Wow. Okay. This would be a good shelter to be in a storm. Somebody left their shoes. Well, Beartown Wilderness. That was appropriate. I was just checking my compass and it seems like the sunrise is going to be just over there tomorrow morning. Now it is supposed to be cloudy, but I think it's absolutely worth staying here just for the hope of a beautiful sunrise to start off our day tomorrow. This is becoming one of my go-to dinners. It's so easy, just instant mashed potatoes and then these beef teriyaki bites, and it's really good. I'm not sure what's going on down there. You probably can't see it, but there is a helicopter just circling that area. Well, I finished today at 11.5 Appalachian Trail miles. A bit of a shorter mileage day, but that is all right. I've just been hanging out here for the past few hours, looking out at the view, watching the birds. Thankfully, no bears have stumbled into camp. I have seen a few deer, but that was exciting, getting to see my first bear today on trail. And thankfully, it was more scared of me than I was of it. But tomorrow, I am going to see just how many miles I can get in to get me as close to Bland as possible so I can go there and resupply for a few days. That will hopefully get me into Pearisburg. So I will see you all in the morning for another great day of hiking.